Hello everyone, Alex here from Beaglington-On-Sea. It's a lovely sunny day here in Kerry and what's that coming down the track? Right, it's a tin of chopped tomatoes. That gives me an idea. Why don't I plant my own tomatoes and see how that goes? So I suppose maybe that's just what I'll do for this episode of Beyond Beaglington. So I was down at the station wondering what I could do. Then an idea came to me as I stood on platform 2. I'll take a train beyond Beaglington and try something new. Hello and welcome back to Beyond Beaglington, and here we are in the garden again. It's a lovely sunny day in late May. I'm going to check up on the progress of my potatoes and my peas, and then we'll also have a look at planting something else. So, as you can see, the peas have finally started to grow, and they've got their little vines waiting to grab onto something. So, in the absence of having anything proper for them to grow up, I'm going to recycle something, which is bits of my old oven. So I've got these, which I'm going to tie together at some point in a frame like that, and put them there, and add some sticks or something around it, and get them growing up. So that's something I'm going to try and do later on in the video. Try. Perhaps fail, but we'll see how that goes. So yes, they're finally growing now after like 2 months, and I've got 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, although some have been eaten by slugs, so we'll have to put out another slug trap up this end, but the real progress is with the potatoes. So yes, as you can see, the potatoes have started to come up lovely. They've got these sort of, I don't know if these are going to be the flowers. I've earthed them up a bit more. The cats have relatively left them alone, and the slug trap seems to be working fairly well. There are a few holes and slimy trails or whatever, but considering that when we started this I planted like 3 or 4 mangy-old potatoes in the ground, it's amazing just the way that plants come up, I suppose. So there's another month or 2 probably left in these. Once they flower, they might have nice purple flowers, they might have different flowers, I'm not sure. I think they're meant to be purple. So once they're done flowering, and they start to wither a bit, then I can basically kind of leave them go a bit dead, I suppose, and then dig up the potatoes, and hopefully there'll be lots of potatoes under the ground. Or they could just be the like 4 mangy potatoes we put in the ground in the first place. So that's really what I'm hoping for, is some good potatoes, and then I'll have to do something with them, I suppose, once I've got them up. I found an old tomato plant the kids planted last year that didn't really grow, so I've stuck that in the back of the bed. And so now I've just got these lovely plants growing in the garden, and along with the peas in this blistering sunshine, which is actually really lovely compared to the weather we've had lately. Brilliant for the garden anyways. So now I think we'll go and look at planting something else, which is probably far too late in the year to start planting it, but we'll have a go anyways. Sorry, it's just this pigeon. So yes, we're going to plant something else, and I figured we'd go with tomatoes. Now this is called Moneymaker. I won't be doing much of that. It does say sow indoors from March to April, but it's May. And it says sow outdoors, not available. Row width, not available. Harvest, June to October. Well, I don't think they're going to be ready in June. Maybe November. So right now, what I need for these is a planter. Well, not quite the planter I was expecting. What we need is something to plant the stuff in. Right, so now we will go and soil these tubs. Let's get on with it. Right, so the objective of this is to fill each of these tubs with soil, and then we'll plant a single tomato seed into each one. So that's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So we should get a return of about 50 million tomatoes if this works. So,
if Stardew Valley is to be believed.
Yeah, right, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
How big are the seeds?
Tomato seed sized. So if you'd like to grab a handful of soil and dump it in.
Oh, that's what we talk about getting our hands dirty.
I've got gloves. I will present it now. It is usually a good idea to wear gardening gloves if you're afraid of washing your hands. But if you're not, then you can simply do it with your own hands.
And I am.
But this is peat-free compost, which I'm using, because that's supposed to be better than peat compost for growing vegetables. It does happen to be filled with lots of sticks, though.
Now, for someone who doesn't understand what peat is, what is peat?
It's basically dead woodland from under the ground that has been there for a long time in a relatively oxygen-free environment, so things can be preserved in it quite well. There was a lady who found a gold ring in a peat briquette or something, or some other object of jewellery, when she was emptying her fish pan or whatever. So now we have our nice...
Nearly level.
I'll keep brushing the stuff off. Now, we'll probably have to water this afterwards because it's got kind of dry in the peat. So, we've got our tomato seeds. Like I said, they are the money-maker, fresh, tasty vegetables from D-Reed. And there is a website which says bulbs and seeds direct.co.uk if you're after any bulbs and seeds. So if you hold out your hand, and I will pour seeds into them. Oh, double entendre.
Ever so careful.
Oh, geez. They are very small, and they are dried. It's not like just taking a seed out of a tomato. Not like those videos online. I don't know if you've seen them where they go, oh, right, so we just put the tomato in the ground and then bing. No, we've got these tiny little seeds. Sorry if you plant maybe one or two, because I don't know if they're all gonna grow. Just sort of push them in, cover them a bit, and there's one there. You have to try and get them in the middle of the pot, otherwise they come out a bit skewy.
That's full there. That's not right.
This is the part that maybe they don't show you necessarily on some gardening shows. Is the actual, they go, well, you can pot your seeds into a grow thing, but we show you here at Beyond Beaglington the fun you can have whilst sowing your seeds.
Titmarsh, eat your heart out.
I don't know how much of this we'll actually include in the thing. We'll just let's speed it up.
Oh, this is speed-worthy footage of the sort.
I don't know which ones I have and haven't planted them in because I was just sort of avoiding your arm.
It is an impressive arm. We have 2 left.
Right. What do I do with all these spare ones? We're just like chuck them in there.
Have you done the top row?
I think I've done the top row. The ones that have fingerprints in them. We don't want to plant too many because otherwise they'll get crowded.
Well, here's the last one.
Right, you give that one to that one. It's probably already got one in. Right, and then
and this one.
there's a patch here between the fuchsia and the fuchsia and the peas. So just clear that off a bit. It's stony, and I'll pop a load of soil down, and we can put the rest of the tomatoes there. Just get your gloves on. Then we will water the tray and put the greenhouse lid on. So let's see the rest of that bag there. And really get it into the soil. No idea if we're on camera or if my arse is showing.
Looks like we're on camera.
Right, there we go. Is it still recording? That's right there.
Your heads aren't on camera.
Am I shaking this in? I'm dumping.
Give it a shake. Yeah, that's alright. And then we can pat them down. Okay. Right, so we dump a little bit more soil on top of that.
Hold on. We have stubborn seeds in here.
This is either going to come out really well or absolutely atrociously.
Ah. Here we go.
There we go. Now, just go get some water. Alright, Karl, if you do the honours of using your watering can to water the... and give them, I suppose, a fairly liberal soaking, but don't drown them at the same time. Maybe a little more over here.
Tra-la-la.
and then you can go and water the bed over there. And I will turn this over. Now this should, by this afternoon, be full of condensation, because, as we all know, tomatoes love the sauna. So I'm going to take this now and put it in a nice sunny spot, not quite in the flower bed, and in the next episode presumably I'll hopefully have some progress on whether they've grown or not. Right, well, thank you very much, Karl, for your help today.
I'm a planter.
Yes, he's a great planter. You may have seen him in a previous video in the series, I think. But we're done with you now, so it's off to the shed. Right, now I suppose I better get on with turning that thing into something that peas can grow into. Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, I've got these old shelves from my old oven. One's from the grill tray and one is the actual oven tray itself. And so what I want to do is tie them together to make a sort of ladder for the peas to grow up. And not having ever done anything like this before, because, you know, I'm fairly incompetent when it comes to gardening, I've no idea whether it's actually going to work or not. So I've got this tied here, and I know that one of those rungs is damaged, so I'm going to pull that way, like that. And I'm going to tie that together, the knot, like that, and then tie that again. And it's not, this is just like normal string you get in like the supermarket. It's not like garden twine or anything. So we'll just have to see whether it lasts. We caught that pigeon anyways. He's in the shed now with some water and some seeds. And we have his tag, so hopefully we can return him to his owner. Right. It's tied, but it's not particularly tight, so I'm going to take that there and I'm going to run that along there underneath and tie that up again like that, and just keep tying a few more knots in it like that. So we have pretty much, that's kind of what I want, and then I can attach the peas to this side and this side will be up by the wall. And there we have the finished article ready for the peas to grow up. And I have somewhere some sticks as well. So I'll put this stick here and I can pop it next to that pea there. And you never know, it might grow up that. I'll put that there. And I am a bit worried that that's going to fall down. What I'll do is I'll dig it into the earth like that. And that, even if it comes out that way, should be pretty good, I think. The peas are already here. I'll actually put that stick there. We can give these a good watering, I'd say. Oh. Right, so now we're just going to add a slug trap to the pea end of this bed because they've been hanging around here. So I'm going to dig a little hole. I'm going to pop my pot in, and then I'm going to fill it with some leftover St. Etienne Premium Lager from Aldi or somewhere. I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to go top up the one on the potato end. So here is the one on the potato end, which is just a bit hidden. And we'll just top it up a little bit, and that'll do for that. Yes, well, thank you once again for joining us on Beyond Beaglington. And next time, hopefully, in the gardening segment, we'll have the tomatoes grown up. But we'll have to wait and see. And hopefully the peas take to their new climbing frame. And hopefully the potatoes get more potatoey. So thanks to everyone for watching. Thanks to Karl the planter. And I'll see you next time, I suppose. Thank you to everyone who comments, likes and subscribes. And but yeah, from me here in sunny Southwest Kerry, it's goodbye. Whew, it's warm. Well, gardening's hard work, and thanks very much to Karl for his assistance in the shed. So yes, we'll just have to wait and see whether those tomatoes come up at all. They might not even be ready till November, but like I said, I've not planted them before, so we'll just see how that turns out. So thank you very much for watching. Thanks to everyone who likes, comments and subscribes. Don't forget to share with your friends if you like watching one of the world's worst gardeners at work. And I'll catch you again for another episode of Beyond Beaglington. So thanks very much and goodbye. Oh, and also there's the subscribe bubble and the playlist thing. Yeah, I'm off. So till next time, goodbye.